Sometimes a cheap tablet is, well, a cheap tablet. With the notable exception of Amazon's $199 Kindle Fire and the Barnes & Noble Nook series, both of which have their own proprietary interfaces instead of regular Android, most tablets still cost well north of $300. Enter the Lenovo IdeaPad A1, a tablet with a $249 MSRP and a street price well below $200. Unfortunately, in this case, you really get what you paid for. So here's what we like about Lenovo's 7-inch IdeaPad A1. It's available in a variety of fashion colors: black, white, blue, and even pink for those who like that. We also like that it is capable of performing most basic tasks competently well. That means if I go here and I look at it and I just do the web browser and such, it's fine for web browsing. It's fine for doing things like going into our gallery and looking at photos. It's fine for running basic tasks, and it can even run a few games here and there. We also like that while you're doing all this, it lasts a whopping 8 hours and 2 minutes on a charge, which is one of the best battery lives we've seen in a tablet this size. So the first thing that we don't like about the Lenovo IdeaPad A1 is its design is a little bit cheap looking. It doesn't creak like some of the really crappy tablets we've seen, but this back here looks like kind of a cheap plastic. The sides look kind of a faux metal. It just doesn't look very premium, particularly when you compare it to its competitors. For example, if you take a look here at the Kindle Fire, the front here has just a much more tapered look. The back has this beautiful rubberized surface that's a pleasure to touch. If you look at the Nook, here's the Nook Color, you've got this really kind of book-like shape here that is very premium. You've got this Nook logo on the back. This is another nice rubberized surface that we love to touch. And of course, if you pick up the Toshiba Thrive 7-inch, you've got these chrome accents here which look very attractive, and the back is totally textured and you can even scratch on it. So by comparison, the Lenovo IdeaPad A1 looks really rather cheap. The other thing that we really dislike about the Lenovo IdeaPad A1 is that it runs the Android 2.3 operating system, which is a phone operating system that is ancient and you don't see on tablets anymore. And this thing really feels like a giant phone without the ability to make phone calls because of it. So if you look here at the home screen, you'll see that Lenovo has put on their launcher, but this is the only customization they've made to Gingerbread. I mean, if I hit the volume button, it says ringer volume, as if this was some kind of a handset. And if you try and scroll through here, you'll see that this doesn't have any of the multitasking ability or things that you'll see in Android Honeycomb or Android Ice Cream Sandwich. The other thing that we don't like about it, and it's becoming apparent as we scroll around here, is just how sluggish it is. With its 1 gigahertz single core processor, it's fine for doing single tasks, but as soon as you start scrolling through the OS, you'll notice that everything just feels really slow. You've got to swipe multiple times sometimes. This thing just feels pokey. Now, when you launch a video or you launch a game, it will work, but getting there and scrolling around, there are just too many little pauses in the operating system and in the user interface, and it becomes really annoying. Another thing we don't like about the Lenovo IdeaPad A1 is its rather dull, lifeless screen, which has poor viewing angles. It's 1024 by 600 resolution, which the Kindle Fire and the Nook both have as well, but it's just a lot duller and things just don't look as bright and colorful. Just comparing it to the Kindle Fire or the Nook or the Thrive, you see a tremendous difference, particularly against the Thrive 7-inch, which has a 1280 by 800 screen that's much sharper. But either way, the screen just really doesn't look that great. So the IdeaPad A1 also suffers from some pretty weak cameras. The back has only 3 megapixels and is moderately okay, definitely doesn't shoot in HD. The front 0.3 megapixel camera made our face look kind of blurry and washed out. The last thing that is really kind of troublesome and a cheap corner that Lenovo cut here is that there's no haptic feedback on this device, meaning no pleasant buzz when you type to kind of give you that tactile feel that you get on a real keyboard. And you know, as you're typing, it's really helpful to have that tactile feedback so you get the feeling like, wow, I really hit this key and it's gotten my response. So hackers may appreciate the IdeaPad A1's low price and flexibility and its ability to take custom ROMs if you want to root it and do all kinds of hacks to it. But for the average person, for most people, we simply can't recommend this dated, sluggish tablet. For around the same price or less, we highly recommend the Kindle Fire. And if you're looking for the ultimate in a 7-inch tablet, then spring for the $379 Toshiba Thrive, which has a powerful dual-core processor and a beautiful high-res screen.